Hey everybody, it's Marshall Harrison here. I'm going to do a quick video on the Don Mock book, Artful Arpeggios. And the last piece he has in the book is called Putting It All Together, or Putting It Together, sorry. And I'm just going to play through it and see how you like it. Then we'll go through on how I put these together. Okay, and you can order my version, which is totally different from the way he plays it. Which, I mean, if you want to try an alternate pick like arpeggios, which I don't recommend, but if you want to have it in a swept format, which works really well with arpeggios, that's what is on offer from me. So just email me about that, marsh1@live.com, and for any other questions you might have, and if you want to take some lessons, maybe via Skype. So let's just try and play through this here, and then we'll dissect it afterwards. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what's going on here is we start off with, well, here's the chords. It's C major 7, F9, E minor 7, A7 flat 9, G7 sharp, or D minor 7, and then G7 sharp 5, C major 7, and then a half measure of D minor 7, and then G7, back to C major 7, then F9, E minor 7, A7, A9, D minor 7, G7, C major 7, G7, C major 7, F major 7, C major 7, a half measure D minor 7, half measure G7, 2 measures of C major 7, B minor 7 flat 5, E7, A7, then half measure, B minor 7, half measure, E7, A minor 7, half measure of A minor 7, A minor, then a half measure of A minor major 7, then a whole measure of A minor, then D7, 2 measures of D7, then D minor 7, then G7, and then back to C major if you want. Okay. Okay, so he starts off the piece little demonstration here called putting it together with C major 7, 12th fret, and use these fret labels to your advantage. Okay, I'm not gonna say where my fingers are. You should be able to tell by the pitch that I'm not on the high E string, that I'm on the B string. And if you can't tell, then you need to do some maybe a little bit of ear training from there's some good websites where you can just train your ear all day on what notes are being played. So let's try it. Here we go. And these are all, I'll tell you when we're doing something other than eighth notes. There's all eighth notes. So we have 2 notes per string right here. And it's easier just to go straight down and then go 9, 10, 12. Or sorry, you got your last note is D, because that's going to lead you to the C, which is the 5th of the F9 chord we're on, right? So and then we're going to play F9. Well, he plays A minor 7 flat 5 over the F9 chord, which is perfectly fine. It's great. So that would be like a right, because F, we'll see. Let's figure out why that's acceptable. So, or why it works. So F7 is the 5 chord of B flat major, and the 7 chord of B flat major is A minor 7 flat 5. So that works perfectly well. Works great there, actually. So that's what he does here. So he goes. Now we're on the E minor 7 chord, E minor 7, A 7 flat 9. This is that's diminished 7, fully diminished. And that's F major 7 arpeggio. And with a little bit of ornamentation, I guess. Not ornamentation, but just kind of a little turn, sort of. Now we're at the G7 sharp 5, and we play G augmented. So 7, 11, 10, 9, 8, 8. And now we're at C major 7, and he's going to play 2 8th notes. We're talking about just the rhythm here. So that's all 16th notes right here. So it's like double time. So we go. So what he's doing here is he's going, this is all C major 7 arpeggio. G, E, B, C. And so you could see what I do here is I slide up, and that gives me 2 notes on the high E string, so that turns my pick around. Any other way to do that, I've tried a lot of different ways, and it would if I fingered the 7 and 8 instead of sliding, I would go and I have to do a big awkward kind of stretch here. So it's best just to slide around. And so he goes down A minor 7. And so that's one of those cases where your theory teacher in a classical setting would be like, oh, minus 10 because we're going from what? Steps to an arpeggio. That's steps to skips. That's not very good. He probably should have gone. Something like that, maybe, to break it up and not going you're stepping and skipping in the same direction, all descending. You should have one of the other, be ascending, and so anyway, so then we wind up to D minor 7. So after this, so we go right, we're D minor 7. And so we got turned around here perfectly. When I say turned around, that's good. That means our pick just went from doing all upstrokes to now we're doing downstrokes without missing a beat, without skipping a beat, just perfectly and good. And our technique is easy, made way easier, and it's very good. We like that. That's what we want. We want our pick to get turned around. So here our slide turned our pick around. And then we have 3 notes per string, so that's good. And so we had the A minor 7 arpeggio. And then we got to do a D minor 7 arpeggio to ascend. A minor 7, D minor 7. And then we slide again to go down the scale, D minor 7 scale, or C major. And then we're going to go G7, but he plays C sharp 7, which is what, everybody? So what he's doing is a tritone substitution, tritone sub. And that's just a cool way, cool substitution. It's like one of the oldest ones in the book, but it works out really nice because see, we're taking the tritone sub from G7, right? We're over G7 here, right? So we got the tritone right here. So it's and we're just using it in another chord, D7 chord. There's also another name for this in advanced theory. We don't really have to go into it. It's it's an augmented 6 chord, like German 6, but it's a jazz setting, so it's a tritone sub. So we go, and then we're back to G7. Maybe he should have gone from G7 to C7. And so what I like to play this is to go to sweep, right? You go 9, 8, 6, right? 9, 8, 6, then 9, then so we go down, 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 3 downstrokes in a row, 2 upstrokes, and then we'll let the right hand hybrid picking take this B and this D to F natural for the G7. So we pick the first and then do a banjo roll to get the G7. So this is the tritone sub, C sharp 7, swept. Okay, so now we're in a C major 7, and we have a tricky little rhythm here. We have like a dotted quarter note, so we go. You hear the beat here. I'm tapping it out on left foot. Let's see. So that's on the downbeat is this F. So what we're just going down E minor 7 here over the C major 7 chord, right? Which is a cool trick to use. Great arpeggio substitution. Yeah, so cool arpeggios there. So then we go from the C major 7 to the F9, and we're going. And he calls this G over F7. It's like a bitonal, like so we have the F7 there, and then we have the G on top. So it's like a combination. We're playing a G major triad over F9 with questionable results. No, it's all right. And now he plays an A7 over E minor 7. So I don't know if my ear buys that, but it's something different. I mean, it'd get kind of boring to play only the, names of the arps over the actual arps, I mean, the named arps, to not substitute, basically. That would get boring very fast. So he goes A7, then E minor 7. So of course, we can't do that because we're already in a different picking regime. Okay, so now we're at A7. Now this is a tricky arpeggio. So we're doing A7, right? 5, 9, 7, 5, right? So that's A7 over an A7, and then he goes to F sharp major. So that's a trick that a lot of the jazz guys use. It's pretty cool. So it's like let's say if you're in G7, you just play E7 arpeggio and sound kind of out there. Very, very hip. But we're in A7, so, and then we're going to D minor 7. So we go. Now we're switching to eighth note triplets, and this is just a D minor 7 arpeggio, right? And then we're going to G7. And so we're doing G7 here. And now he goes to A flat minor major 7. That's different, huh? So yeah, so you get like you get some altered. You get the major third and the sharp 5 by using A flat minor major 7. So which it sounds great over G7 sharp 5. So I go. So now we're back to. So now we're back to C major 7, and let's see what he. Yeah, so he goes. So we have once again we have a dotted quarter note, just straight up the major 7 arpeggio, and then we're at D minor 7, half bar D minor 7, then G7. All right, so just two two quarter notes of D minor 7, and then one and two quarter notes of G7. So, and for this he goes. So that's really cool. So he's going D minor 7 over the D minor 7 chord, and then he goes F minor 7 flat 5 over G7. Now, why does that work? Well, I wonder why it does work. Well, it looks like, you know, F minor 7. Let's spell it out. What is F minor 7 flat 5? It is. So it has an A flat in it, right? It's F. So that's the flat 7 of G7, right? Which is the root of F minor 7 flat 5. Okay, and then it has E flat, which is well, we're not really playing that here. So F minor 7 flat 5, F. So you give you B, which is the major third of G7, and then there's, yeah, you do have the E flat. So that's like a sharp 5. E flat is D sharp, right? So D sharp is the sharp 5 of G7, right? And then you get a G sharp here, which is A flat, which is the flat 9. So you get the flat 9 sharp. So you get a bunch of nice altered notes if you play F minor 7 flat 5 over G7. So let's hear how that sounds again. So we're back to C major 7, right? And now he does something a little different. Very cool. He goes a stack of fifths. And so you play that the best way you can. So what notes are those? So that's E, A. So over C major 7, E is the major third, you know, no duh. A is the major 6, right? And D is the major 9. It's the 9th, which sounds great, you know. All right, and so then you get to the 5th. I just play it open. Pull it, you know, use whatever open strings you can. And then we go to C, and then we go, and then we're still over C major 7. So then he goes, and so that's like a Lydian. He's hinting at a little bit of Lydian there. Easy to say, a little bit of Lydian. And so we're going to F major 7, so he goes. And we're just going straight up F major 7, right? And we're back to C major 7. So we go C major 7. And he's doing A minor, doing a little something different, doing A minor pentatonic. And now we're to one of those half measures, a D minor 7, then G7. Okay, and he goes, so he goes up D minor 7. And so I like to do I like to play these with the banjo-rolls. So you just go down, up, middle, ring, and then come in with the pick and sweep up. And this is a G augmented arp, arpeggio over a G7. And he spells this with an E flat. Wonder why. Because I mean, if that's the fifth, and we're sharpening the fifth, so the fifth is D, and G, the fifth of G is D, so it should be a D sharp instead of an E flat. But and that kind of thing does matter. Don't be fooled. Don't let people say, oh, it's just it's the same thing. No, they have a reason. They keep all this stuff gets really complicated, and you need to keep it straight. So anyway, so now then we get to C major 7 after the little 2-5-1 we had here, which is, and so now we go. So we had the D minor 7, G7, G altered. And so now we're going to a stack of fourths. Before we had a fifths, right? Now we're doing fourths. So that is G, which is the fifth of C major, and then D, which is the ninth, and then A, which is the sixth, E, which is the major third, and then B, which is the major 7. And then he goes up the major 7 arpeggio with the last 4 notes. But isn't that a great little... And see, there's no real easy way to play this. So I go in and just go the downstroke on the 8th fret for the G, and just go down, up, 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 up. Hang in there. We're almost done. We're on the last page now. Okay, so now we're on another measure of C major 7, and he's going to play F major 7 over C major 7. So he's going to go. Okay, so he's playing over. No, wait, sorry. I'm not reading this correct. Yeah, sorry, it's F major 7, and he's playing F major 7 over it. Sorry, my bad. My printer, we cut off the top part. So, but yeah, we are. There's no way to make F major 7 sound good over C major 7. No way. Okay, not happening. So that's, yeah, he's playing F major 7, but now instead of playing it, he's doing some nice intervallic. And of course use your hybrid picking. Saves some really tricky pick jumping around. So we go 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8. We're just playing F major 7, right? And just going. And so now he plays, we're on B minor 7 flat 5, and he plays the B minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. He goes, and now we're to E7. And he plays E7, and then he plays F diminished. So we don't play the E. We're just at G sharp. Okay. So now we're at A major 7, and we go. Sorry. Let me try that again. So this is over an A major 7 chord. We're going to go. Okay, and so that's he's doing a lot of neat stuff here. So he's going like, oh, we're gonna play an A major arpeggio. No, he goes. He hits the ninth, right, and then goes to G sharp. So he plays. This is a C sharp minor 7 or little arpeggio here. Right? So that's a C sharp minor. So he goes from C sharp minor, and I'm playing with an open string. I don't know why. I just thought it eliminated a wide stretch there. And so next he goes to G sharp minor 7, which gives you a D sharp over an A major 7. So it gives you like a little bit of a Lydian vibe. And so then we have some A major, straight A major over a major 7. Okay, so now we're almost home, and we're at B minor 7 to E7, G sharp, which is the third of E7. I don't know why he has C sharp here as part of E7. I don't know. So it's like, this is what he has for over the E7 chord. It's a half measure of B minor 7 to E7. And so we're back sort of A minor. Oh, I think he wants to do maybe something to we're voice leading. We're approaching the minor third chromatically. I guess that's what he's doing. So now we play A minor 7, and then here we play A minor 7 flat, A minor major 7. Sorry, A minor major 7, and then we play C major 7 over A minor. Very cool. And then over D7 we play C major 7 over D7. Well, we play D7 first. So that's D7, but he goes to C major 7 over D7, kind of outside there. Pretty cool. And then he goes to D7. We're still over D7. And then F sharp minor 7 flat 5. And then we're back to D minor 7. All the way up. So this is the banjo roll plus the sweeping. So banjo roll, sweep. Down, up, middle, ring, pick, downstroke, 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 upstroke. Very simple, very cool. And then we're at G7, and we're gonna play do that E major trick over G7, E major triad, to get some the sharp 5 and all the cool notes. So there you have it. Really cool, putting it together. Don Mock, Artful Arpeggios, by the book. It's really cool. Good reference material to have. Okay, I marked mine all the heck up to make it as easy as possible to play. And if you want what I have here, just email me and we'll work something out. Okay, so that's Marshall Harrison signing off. Have a good one.